Basically, in account recruitment, there's a lot of good models to use. That basically, I'd say the best model I've seen is what the Austin group is doing, and that is they are getting into the schools, arguing with the schools to say, look, if the military recruiters can be here, we can too, equal access. That can sometimes be quite a chore getting into the schools, but once they're there and can do programs and can speak and things like that, what they do is they focus on providing alternatives to military service, sharing ideas with young people on. You have more options than just this one option. They also do a lot of work with truth in recruiting. One of my favorite brochures, it's called Sergeant Abe, the Honest Recruiter. And I believe it's published by AFSC, but it is fantastic. What it does, it has this cartoon character, Sergeant Abe, and he explains the contract in detail, the actual enlistment contract. And when you see this, and you see, I mean, he really just busts it down really good on showing what the specific provisions we're concerned about. But one approach that's really useful, if you can get familiar with that resource there is a great one to start with. But learn that contract really well, and then what you can do is encourage young people to say, look, before you sign on the contract, ask your recruiter if I can take it home and show it to a friend. One, the recruiter will not let the kid take their contract home, which should be a big warning sign. But if they do, then show the young person, okay, this is what this means. This is what this means. And I've done that successfully, and the kid did not enlist after he realized what he was really signing on the dotted line for.
I did a lot of stuff like this in Washington, D.C., but I was working with John Judge, who's like, he's got a very good way of getting into the high schools there and setting up these events. IVAW, I mean, is key for this, obviously, because we've served there. We can bring those experiences into the classroom, and it seems like kids really pay attention to us just because we've been there. But in Colorado Springs, I haven't had much luck. The most luck I've had, I've done one the entire time I've been in Colorado Springs, and it's because I made a connection with a teacher who allowed me to come in there. Other than that, we haven't been able to really break into the high schools and be able to get space. Is there anything that we can get from Austin that has more information about any proof or laws that they provide saying that if the recruiters are there, we can be there too?
They have good materials in there.